2023 was a rare year for small cap investors. One out of every four stocks amongst the 950 odd stocks in the BSE Small Cap Index turned multi-bagger. Truth be told, this was no surprise to investors who track the small cap to Sensex ratio carefully for years. My colleague Richa Agarwal, who leads the small cap research initiative at Equity Master, was quite optimistic in December 2022. Back then, she reminded us that the small cap to Sensex ratio was below the long-term average of 0.46 times. Turns out most stocks in the BSE Small Cap Index behaved exactly the way she expected them to in 2023. In the year 2023, the BSE Small Cap Index was up an impressive 45%. The small cap to Sensex ratio is currently closer to 0.58 times. But can that euphoria continue? Well, going by the indicator Richa swears by, which is a small cap to Sensex ratio, betting big on small cap stocks at current levels is akin to gambling. Not only is the small cap to Sensex ratio well above the long term average, but also most good quality small caps are near their lifetime high valuations. This means holding on to very risky or very expensive small caps can only exacerbate one's market risks. Of course, an investor can continue to be careful about few small caps held in the portfolio, but fresh and existing allocation to small caps need to be well calibrated. Also, small caps are not the only outperformers of 2023. Stocks from the defense, railways and electric vehicle sectors also found their place under the sun in the year 2023. Stocks of the largest public sector entities in defense and railways fetched handsome gains every time the government ordered more spending. But there were also plenty of private sector entities in defense ecosystem that commanded premium valuations. The EV sector became a stock market favorite in the last year. This was especially as Indian automakers promised new assembly lines to produce electric vehicles. But the government's changing stance on the FAME subsidies kept investors on the edge for a while. I am sure you wonder what after these big ticket gains. Will the stars of 2023 continue to shine in 2024? Or should you consider a different set of potential wealth creators? Well, going by the steep valuations most of these stocks now trade at, investors must be prepared for some correction in the near term. But markets in 2024 will factor in India central elections, US elections, US Fed rate cut if any, geopolitics and India's GDP growth. So 2024 could be the year of solid blue chips. Why do I say this? With steep rise in small cap valuations in 2023, most of the FII investments in Indian stocks this year are expected to come into safe blue chips and mid caps. Even the government spending in the election year is expected to offer substantial projects to large entities. So blue chip stocks that have languished through most of 2023 could be the flavor of 2024. Then there are the ignored stocks in defense, railway and EV ecosystem. Looking at the frontline defense, railway and EV stocks without considering the ecosystem is the biggest mistake investors make. Rather, a careful study of each of these ecosystems will allow you as an investor to spot stocks that are undervalued but can ride these massive mega trends. Container Corporation, for instance, is expected to be a major stakeholder in the PM Gati Shakti investments as well as the railways investments in cargo terminals. However, the concerns over the near-term margin pressures has capped the stock's valuations. Similarly, stocks like Tata Elxsi, KPIT and Tata Tech, which are not EV producers but offer the backbone technology for EVs, could find takers. Finally, there are the critical infrastructure stocks. Critical infrastructure like data centers that could see massive investments in the years ahead could be the focus of the stock markets next year. India's data center inventory is likely to double to about 20 million square feet by 2025 from the current 10.3 million square feet with the advent of 5G, increased multi-cloud usage and data localization. India currently has about 770 megawatt of data center capacity across the top 7 cities. Over the past decade, the data center stock in India increased by 59%. While we believe that data center market is a lucrative opportunity, it may take a while to find credible businesses that are actionable opportunities here. Finally, there are deep tech stocks. Deep tech or deep technology refers to those startups whose business model is based on high tech innovation in engineering or significant scientific advances. There are two kinds of investing opportunities here. Deep tech startup entities looking to raise funds for research on innovative technologies may continue to line up for IPOs in 2024. Further, several blue chips will continue to invest in or buy stakes in deep tech startups focused on AI, robotics, 3D printing, quantum computing, blockchain, space tech, etc. Rest assured, our view on 2024 stock markets is not based on these speculative bets. Rather, here's what we prefer to do. We track the market and the individual stock valuations versus historical average. We have conversations with managements and quarterly con calls. And we study the capex plans announced in annual reports and presentations. Based on these, 2024 appears to be a year of volatility. However, there will be plenty of long-term opportunities for investors who are careful in allocation and patient in their outlook. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.